Hello and welcome to episode 5 of CarCast. The only podcast to still be recorded using a cassette tape player. Okay, there, I had to make a sudden... I had to gun it right there. That's why the cassette tape started recording. Yeah, but, what was it? I was going to talk about it. Oh yeah, in math this year, when I was talking about, being overworked, like another example is that in my math class, we have a project every unit. Although surprisingly, this unit, we actually don't have a project. It's apparently the one unit that we don't have a project, but thank heavens. You know, it just, this work, the amount it causes stress. And I have an AP exam next week on the Wednesday of May 11th. Oh yeah, and by the way, may the 4th be with you. Okay, more traffic, yay, I need it. And once again, they're perfectly spaced out to make me have to wait longer. Okay, I can't tell if it's raining or not. It might be. So I guess I might as well just turn the headlights on just to be safe. Anyone else miss the show Mythbusters? Yeah, I know I do. One of the episodes I liked a lot was the video game episode when they tested out whether a first-person shooter like Doom could happen in real life with the how many weapons they were carrying. And yeah, they had someone who was trained and what I mean by trained is they're very strong and very physically fit, and they were able to do it. So yeah. Oh, by the way, if you've not seen it, there's this new Star Fox series, or I hope it's a series, that's being made on YouTube. Please, Nintendo, don't see this, and please, Nintendo, don't take it down. But, what was it? It's called A Fox in Space. It's a, like, cartoon version of Star Fox. It's very cool. Oh yeah, by the way, today is Wednesday. Hump Day. Yeah, I've made it almost halfway through the week. I've not survived to this day. If I do, that means I will have survived halfway through the week. I cannot wait. Also, I'm excited a lot for June 10th. That's the day when school gets out for the summer. Yay. It means that I can finally, work as much as I want on modern retro gaming, getting it started and all of that. I mean, I'll finally be able to at June 10th. Or on June 10th, I mean. Every car on Earth wants to pass me. That's just weird. I wish I had a time machine so I could go back in time and stop my wreck from happening. Oh well. I guess it's time for some puns. You know, I used to work at a shrimp boat, on a shrimp boat, but my boss was a bit fishy and the pay was too small. Any of you hear about the double R in Spanish? If you had, then, well, I guess I should just tell you, the double R in Spanish is how I roll. Oh yeah, and, this is one for all of you that know, what the word to remember is in Spanish. The reason that I use a tape recorder is because it helps me to recuerda things. And hurry, I gotta move over to the left lane, and every car on that side won't let me. I mean, come on. You know, it's always great when, like, you know, for 10 cars in a row, all of them just at one time speed up. Oops, sorry, now I'm slowing down, that's the problem. I can move over, I can make it, I'm not gonna be in a wreck. Well, if idiot behind me slows down, I won't be in a wreck. Hello, I mean, you know, because you see me moving over, why would you speed up? That doesn't make sense. Okay, that was very dangerous, person behind me. They were speeding up while they moved over to the left lane and very nearly hit me. I mean, come on, people. I mean, I hope I don't need to explain why that's dangerous. To speed up to a point where you're so close to someone that, you could tap them at any second. My dad used to work in, or not my dad, who it was? I don't remember who it was. It was someone I used to know. I'm trying to remember. I still know my dad, so that's why I know it's not him. Someone I used to know is worked in insurance. Wait, it was my dad. Okay, so yeah, my dad used to work in insurance, and well, he still does, but. He used to work in the auto incident part of it, you know, people that go out to inspect cracks. And one thing that would be common among them is like people who don't wear seatbelts. They would, if they end up in a wreck, be thrown out the front of the car. Or if they weren't thrown completely out, they would start to go out the windshield, and then their feet would get stuck on the steering wheel and, you know, hold them in. But that's a lot, because you're going through a glass windshield, and it's not just regular glass, too, it's tempered glass, meaning it's more difficult to break than normal glass, and I am way too close to that person in front of me. I need to slow down a bit. I'm like 2 car lengths behind them, and we're going 55, so, yeah. I just realized I could go to Chick-fil-A. I guess I'll do it for breakfast Friday. I'll have to see how early I need to get up, but yeah, I can do that. Man, I am tired. It is 8:17, but my brother woke me up at 6:30. And then proceeded to make me angry, which kept me from falling back asleep. Oh well. Normally I get up at 7 o'clock, so when I woke up at 6:30, I wasn't in the right stage of the sleep cycle to wake up, which means that I'm more tired today than normal, but oh well. I'll still survive. think I know why Darth Vader breathes like he does. I know it's completely random and out of nowhere, but oh well. You know, his famous... The reason for it may be because he has something like COPD, and his suit may be just a giant BiPAP machine where it increases the pressure of the air around your mouth, therefore making it easier to breathe for patients that have problems like that. And think about it, he was in a giant pod at one point, and when he got out of it, there was the sound of pressure being released. And when Luke Skywalker took his helmet off, there was again the sound of pressure being released, just like there would be for a BiPAP machine, BiPAP. So maybe he's just got COPD or something. Oh, and a real-life medical scientist said that anyone who would, if someone really was as close to the lava as Anakin Skywalker was, in the episode 3 of Star Wars, that if anyone was that close to lava and breathing in the air in that, around there, that for as long as he was, then it would they would run the risk of getting COPD. I think someone is trying to pass me on the exit ramp. Why? Yeah, most likely that's what they're doing. Unless they're getting off on the exit, but I forgot that exit lane is just really small. And then you got a person pulled over in that triangle of the exit. That's not good. Oh yeah, I'll put a link to that Fox in Space video in the description. Yeah. Why does my tape recorder not know when to stop recording sometimes? Oh well. Oh good, we're just fine. All's well in the world. It seems like the tape recorder likes recording the sound of driving over bridges. That was a weird one. Oh well. I'm almost at school though, so I'm gonna have to stop recording soon. Okay, what is this person doing? They need to turn their turn signal on before they make the turn. Not during the turn, and not just before it. Like, at least 30 seconds before the turn. Something like that. I don't know. Oh, I'm early to school this morning. It's 8:22. Yeah, that's good. Dun, 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 dun. Oh, yeah, another YouTuber I like, that I don't know where that name came from. Well, yeah, I do, because people who make YouTube content would be called YouTubers. That makes sense. Another one that I like is one by the name of Pro Jared. He makes pretty cool reviews. They're actually, they're awesome. And, of course, anybody that I reference on YouTube, I'll put a link to their channel in the description in order so you guys can go check them out anytime I suggest someone. But, yeah, Pro Jared, he makes some cool reviews. They're fun to watch. And he's reviewed games like Super Hydlide on the Sega Genesis. Something tells me that the people that have seen my videos recently, I don't know your ages, but just based on how many people that watch YouTube are being young, based on the amount of people that watch YouTube that are young, I bet most of you don't know what a Sega Genesis is. But for those of you who don't, it's a Sega's second home console. Yes, they used to make home consoles back in the 90s. The first one was the Sega Master System. The second one was the Sega Genesis. Well, Genesis in America. It was called the, what was it called? I'm trying to remember. The Sega Mega Drive everywhere else in the world. It was only called the Genesis in North America. But at the same time, North America got something that the rest of the world didn't get, except for one other place, which I forget the name of. It was the Sega Gnome ad, a portable version of the Genesis/Mega Drive. So that's always fun. I got one too. It's actually fun to use. The screen isn't the best, but it's certainly usable though. I mean, if you get one with a good screen on it. Some of them have bad screens at this point, because it's technology from the 90s, it's going to age. The batteries for them are all, basically, if you buy a battery for it, it'll be DOA, dead on arrival. Mine wasn't, which is weird, but now it's dead because I haven't charged it enough over time. And it's just had time to sit. I think I can make it. Yes, I had to cross the street making a left-hand turn. So I'm good. Oh yeah, and I've now started using a new video editing software, Sony Vegas, instead of Filmora. I would like to use Filmora because I like the 4:3 aspect ratio, and though I bet I can do it on Sony Vegas. I almost said Sega Vega. But, what is it? I was gonna say, oh yeah, but in order to use it, without a watermark, you have to pay. And it's something like you get a subscription for a year. Why would you make it a video editing software and require a subscription to use it? I don't know. Sony Vegas doesn't work like that. You just pay for it once and then you got it. The way products should be. Oh well. Although I will say this though, at the same time, Sony is also a big corporation. The people that made Filmora might not be, so that could also be why they have a subscription-based service. Though you can buy a lifetime one now that I think about it, I think. Though, that's a lot of money. Oh well. Well, I'm at school. Hooray. Let's all hear the applaud for the American high school system. The one that is, just flawed. Oh well. At the very least, they let us drive to school. But, sometimes I sort of wonder, though, is the European model better? In Europe, what it is once you turn 16, they consider you to be an adult. I'm not joking. It's the same as when you turn 18 here. And what they'll do is when you're in high school, they'll give you a test. If you pass the test, you continue on to college. If you don't, you go to a trade school, and you would spend like half a day at high school, basically, and the other half at the trade school learning a trade. And something like only 20% of people go to college. The reason being is they want the best students going there. That's why, places like Europe and England and all that have higher rates of mathematics and all that than America, because here we make everyone, go to the high school and all the way through. Whereas in places like Europe, only the best of the best do that. Oh well, only the top 20% do. Oh well, at least there you can, at least there someone like me would be able to say, hey, I'm in the top 20%. Oh well. At least, but I am in the 1% now. Wait a second, sir. Forgot my headlights were on. I'm in the top 1% for mental speed, though. I had taken a test multiple times on the internet for mental speed, and every time it always said that I was in the top 1% for fastest mental speed. Okay, then. Oh, man, one of the students has a spare... May not be a spare tire, they may just be missing the hubcap, but I don't know, I can't... Oh, well. Yeah, but at least they finally have a bumper. People are going to start staring at me like I'm weird. If you don't hear from me again, have a good day, and I guess I'll talk to you after school. Yeah, well, I can still talk for like a minute or two until I get in the building. Oh yeah, guess what happened? Somehow I pulled a muscle in the lower half of my right leg. That's always fun. Makes it hurt when I walk, but oh well. I'll survive. Remember, what doesn't kill you makes you stronger, I guess. I don't know. I think that applies now. Not certain. And then you got the moron that speeds through a parking lot. Holy crap. And then you got the moron that spins out in a parking lot at school. Again, this is school. Why would you spin out at school? That's just... And they got a rule that if you do something like spin out or put marks on the pavement, then you gotta pay for it. Oh well. Teenagers will be teenagers. And by that I mean they're frickin' morons. And I know that some of you guys are teenagers. I'm also one of them. But yeah, even I am a teenager, and I'm admitting teenagers are absolute idiots. Not all of them, but a good majority of them are. Oh well. See ya. Hello and welcome to what is either the 4th of